The path is now clear after an NFL insider reveals why the New York Jets draft strategy confirms their future plans at a highly important position. And we got to break this down. So what's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Jets Digest. Before we hop into the video for today, only 25.7% of viewers are subscribed to the channel. So if you're not subscribed, please take a second, hit that subscribe button. It really helps me and Chris out a ton. But hopping right into what we got today from New York Jets insider Connor Hughes. I think what we learned about the Jets is that they are 110% bought in on Justin Fields. Now, Justin Fields, of course, being the high upside quarterback signed in free agency from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Many Jets fans were wondering if the Jets were going to be moving fully forwards with Justin Fields as a quarterback, or if they were going to draft another quarterback late in the draft to come in and compete with Justin Fields for the starting job. But if we look at their draft class here, of course, no quarterback on day 1, 2, or 3. Heard a lot of speculations that the New York Jets could be looking for another quarterback at one of those rounds, at one of those positions, but they decided that they're going to in the first 2 rounds, beef up what is going to be going on around Justin Fields to give him the best possible opportunity to be a successful quarterback in the NFL. First round, of course, going with Armand Membo, that right tackle, fully fleshing out that offensive line in front of Justin Fields and giving him an offensive line that he's never had before, an offensive line that can really, really protect him. Second round, that Mason Taylor tight end, giving him another secure-handed pass catcher, someone who has high upside and can be a very quarterback-friendly target for Justin Fields to throw to. Then later in the draft, we got some guys on defense, but then we also picked up Aaron Smith out of Georgia. Aaron Smith is going to be a clear out route running guy. We know Aaron Glenn likes his speedsters because that makes a lot of things in Tanner Engstrand's and on the lines Ben Johnson's scheme work. So we need really, really fast guys to be able to clear out the under areas for the other wide receivers. So what Aaron Smith is going to do is he's just going to be running deep posts, streaks routes, or go routes, whatever you want to call it, and just opening up other stuff under. He is a player who had a lot of drops at Georgia, so not a finished product at all when it comes to wide receivers. But many people were talking about, are they going to take maybe Will Howard out of Ohio State? Are they going to take Kyle McCord from Syracuse? But the New York Jets decided that they were going to do none of those things. They were going to go ahead and not take another quarterback to come in and compete with Justin Fields. And this is consistent with Justin Fields wanting to come to a team that was going to have full faith in him. He wanted to know that he was going to be the guy and that whatever team he's going to, he was going to be the plan at quarterback for the future. Now, Justin Fields may not have a long-term deal signed with the New York Jets, but the fact that they didn't bring in any competition for him shows that they are fully supporting him and they are going to give him the best possible opportunity for him to succeed in the NFL. And that's what he deserves. He's a quarterback with elite traits, which is what we are looking for in the first round. There was only one quarterback with really good traits in Cam Ward in the entire NFL draft this season. So the New York Jets could not find a guy like Justin Fields in this year's draft. So if they want someone who can throw as effectively as Justin Fields and be able to be that two-way dual threat guy who can stretch the defense, threaten opposing defenses in a bunch of different ways, they were not going to be able to get that in the draft. They had to go out and get specifically Justin Fields, not a guy like Justin Fields, because there isn't guys in free agency or really available for trade like Justin Fields. So now we are going to get the full Justin Fields experience. He is going to be on that 1-year contract. If he plays well, we can imagine that based on how well he does, they will probably restructure his contract. Or they're not going to restructure it. They're actually just going to give him a monster extension, because if he plays really, really well this year, Justin Fields is not going to play. He's not going to come back to the Jets with 1 year left on his contract and just say, sure, I'll play for $20 million. He's going to go out and try to get what he's worth. And that's good business. So that's what he absolutely should be doing. Now, I do fully support the New York Jets' decision to not select a quarterback on day 3 of the draft, because going back to 2019, not including 2025, obviously, but not including 2024 quarterbacks as well, because we don't know how well they've turned out. There were 30 32 quarterbacks drafted in 2019, 20, 21, and 22 and 23 combined. 32 quarterbacks drafted on day 3 of the draft, and one of those 32 quarterbacks turned into a serviceable starter, and that was Brock Purdy. So that's a really, really low hit rate. I don't think that's a hit rate that the New York Jets should be investing in. They should be using those picks on positions where the pick is more likely to yield a long-term starter and actually a long-term guy that the team can use. So I do think it was correct. It was absolutely the correct move for the New York Jets to go out and make sure they were taking guys who were going to have a higher hit rate. That's why we're going out to Miami and picking up both of those guys. Malachi Moore, 2 years ago, he was expected that when he was finally ready to come out into the NFL, he was expected to be a really high pick. He has slid down boards, but I do think there are traits when it comes to Malachi Moore that Aaron Glenn, being a former defensive back, is going to be able to come out and make the absolute best of this player. And I really think the best football in Malachi Moore's career is in front of him, and Aaron Glenn can hopefully bring the absolute best out of this quarterback. Now, bringing it back to Justin Fields, we know that he has shown a lot of struggles when it comes to reading defenses and throwing with anticipation. We're going to hope that Tanner Engstrand's offensive scheme here is going to be able to take these deficiencies and minimize them. Obviously, we are going to be running RPOs because that's what Justin Fields is good at doing. When the defense is worried about him running the football instead of just rushing the passer, that is when Justin Fields will be able to be at his strongest, because if the defenders, the pass rushers, are looking at the running back and thinking that's a run play instead of a pass, they are going to be getting themselves in trouble. They're not going to be able to rush Justin Fields as well as they would be able to if it was like, a pure, obvious drop back pass. So Justin Fields has struggled with taking sacks in his career up to this point. So we do want to make sure that whatever the offensive scheme is, we want to make sure it minimizes Justin Fields' mistakes and gives him an opportunity to fully show off that elite athleticism that he has. This quarterback has the best, not just for quarterbacks, all players, the best ball carrier vision that I've ever seen. Watching him on film when he runs the ball, it's like he sees the field in slow motion and always knows where the hole is going to open up before it opens up. It's absolutely insane. Not even Lamar Jackson has the field vision that Justin Fields has. And people forget how big and heavy this guy is. It's almost like trying to tackle Derrick Henry. That's what leads to those very explosive, very exciting to watch long runs for Justin Fields. And I'm glad that we are not going to be on the wrong side of any of these highlights this season. Justin Fields, he's going to get his shot. This is most likely going to be his last shot as a full-time starting quarterback in the NFL. He's going to have to make it work here. And the New York Jets, they didn't really get a quality wide receiver too, but the offseason's not over. They got more opportunities. They can always make a trade for another player to fill that need. We don't know, but I'm excited for whatever the future holds. Good first draft in the books for Darren, Mougey, and Aaron Glenn. And let's keep this thing going. But that's what I got for today. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. And as always, go Jets.